So I am back from my mini break that no one knew I was taking. But yeah, from the last video I uploaded, a lot of things has went down and I just had to take a step back from filming, from working on the portfolio and kind of getting my brain recalibrated basically. Also, this is my first time just straight off the bat talking to the camera with full intentions of uploading it, so excuse me if I'm a bit awkward or whatever. But yeah, so after I made the strategy for my portfolio, which was like the website portfolio, I had a job interview post-grad because I am post-grad. I graduated in the fall, and that interview was like being able to get an interview from that place. It was like super exciting for me, especially because that was the first place that reached out to me, and it was important. So when I applied to that job, it was like a month, so it's kind of like a month later, and the interview was 3 rounds. I went through 2 and it was very long and each round took a lot. So I did not get that, unfortunately, and that was a big blow. So one of my goals for the year is to work in my field, especially within the year that I graduated, of course. So I had a preferred timeline. And just to be clear, as context, in the while in school, I made the plan that I would do something that I like to do and that's going to help me in the future, but I also want to be able to secure a career while I work towards my goals of being an entrepreneur, working on my music and content creation and everything. So I basically was mentally stuck in the career aspect, and I've been applying for jobs tirelessly where I've had to put my goals and dreams on the back burner. And yeah, so after that was a huge blow, especially because the job was for where I graduated from, and I was like, well damn, if they don't want me okay, let me stop playing, seriously, let's be serious. So I was like, well, I don't really know, because at my current job, I was working 4 10-hour shifts, but the job is like really far from me. So I work 4 days a week, 10-hour shifts, especially at that time. That's the situation I was doing. And the commute is super long, so it's just really annoying sometimes, and it takes a lot of time and energy. But yeah, so once I got rejected from that, I was recovering from that. That was literally right after I uploaded the last video of me working on my portfolio, day 1 and 2, and I had to continue, but I was still stuck on the job hunt. So I kept applying, and then two to 3 weeks ago, I decided I got 2 interviews, and that was after I implemented just lowering my expectations for which job, and like literally just starting from absolute scratch to hopefully be able to build from there instead of just jumping straight into a career. I didn't mind working part-time. I didn't mind working for a lower hourly rate as long as I can get my foot in the door and basically hit the ground running in my field that I have a degree in, you know what I mean? But those 2 interviews that I got after I did that, shortly after I made that decision and started applying myself, they ghosted me. No, I'm serious. They ghosted me. Like, it's not funny, but I was just like, what? Like, okay. So I know that this is unfortunately a very weird time with everything going on with Palestine and the Gaza Strip and Rafah. Free Palestine, by the way. I'm very sad and deeply emotional about the situation, about people losing their lives and everything. So that is making things feel weird, especially with struggles going on in America. Then there's the presidential election, and that is confusing, and the protests that's going on and everything like that, inflation. So I know the economy is not doing so well, but the job market is pretty terrible right now, and I wasn't completely aware of how competitive my field is, especially because where I am is also competitive because I am close to a lot of students and everything like that. So it's just weird. So I felt weird for a long time. I'm going through the motions of post-grad job hunt, not feeling enough, feeling like I made many mistakes, wondering why I didn't do this and why I didn't do that, and just struggling to understand my worth and everything like that. So if you're going through something similar or have been in the past, just know that you are more than that, and you're worth more than that, and your worth shouldn't be your value shouldn't be measured by that type of by those type of metrics, at least. And I'm not going to preach too hard about it because I'm in the middle of the mess, so I'm not fully out of everything. So I feel like kind of a hypocrite if I'm just like, you're worth more than everything, and I'm like feeling like crap, you know. So yeah, so there's that issue. So that's basically what happened. That happened, and I was like, okay, well, I need to hurry up. And the complicated part about it, everything is the portfolio situation. So my field is like marketing and communications, and you know that like they ask for a little bit of design and everything like that, so you need a portfolio. And with my major, the cutoff to get a portfolio class or to get more lessons in that, I kind of missed that. So it's kind of been weird, but yeah, that's why I was. So then I thought that I could just work on the web design because that's what I want to do as a freelancer, as a business owner. But that is not necessarily what type of portfolio that would help me with my job. So I had to find a in between where I can work in a portfolio that's going to get me a job, and also a portfolio that's going to get me jobs as a freelancer. So yeah, that's basically what I have been trying to figure out, and that's a lot that has been going on. But because of these things, I felt kind of weird and not in any control of where everything is headed. So I had the bright idea to take a pretty big risk and ask my job to give me So also, on top of everything, my health has been really weird. I have like chronic fatigue, and then my mental health and everything, like, you know, with anxiety and stuff like that. So and then weight loss with the chronic fatigue, like figuring out any other symptoms I have, like, you know, with the weight gain and feeling lethargic and everything like that. Trying to figure those things out on top of everything else that's going on is just crazy. Luckily, I have an amazing support system with my boyfriend, family, and friends that is there to check on me, help me with anything that I ask. So that's been really helpful. I'm super grateful for that. And my puppy too, like, he's always there to help. And oh, he actually just turned 3, by the way, if anyone cares. He just turned 3 years old. Woohoo! But yeah, so I had the bright idea and the, you know, like, to take a risk. I had the bright idea and the courage to take a risk and ask my job for one less day of my work schedule. And so instead of a 4 by 10 work week. I'm doing a 3 by 10 work week, and that is to invest more time into my health. That is to invest more time into my businesses, my goals, my future, my relationships with everyone, and my life and myself ultimately, to do everything that I want to do and to be able to give myself more time, because I was noticing I was falling into that thing that I would do, like especially in school, where I just start neglecting myself and then try to handle and juggle everything else. So yeah, that is the mid-year check-in. That's kind of where everything is going. I have a lot of goals for 2024. Where are we with those goals? We're struggling. Okay, it's hard out here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. So I am so hopeful for the future because of this change. Thank God they were nice enough to grant me that opportunity. That does lower the income quite, so that does push me even more, though. That pushes me even more to do what I need to do. You know what I mean? To do what needs to be done to get that cheddar, and to like invest in my business and actually dedicate myself, because I have the opportunity to. So yeah, that means a lot of good things for the channel, for everything that I'm going to be doing. That means a lot and everything. So I am really trying to make sure that I don't let this slip, and that I don't get distracted with everything and not benefit from that. So like, I'm happy. Also, throughout this break and everything, or I think from the year starting, I have a lot of burnouts. But since I'm really trying to understand and learn myself, the burnouts have been like getting less and less every time I get burnout, because I'm trying to do a lot of things at once, and I'm trying to do everything at once. I'm trying to learn how to be more patient. Like, just ADHD type vibes is just kind of gets in the way with everything, because I'm just like trying to hurry up and get everything, juggle everything, trying to cram knowledge in my head and everything. Like, it'd be too much sometimes. I gotta slow down. So I'm learning to slow down and take everything in and do what needs to be done. And then the next thing with the last video, what is going on with the portfolio? So I do have a new strategy for the portfolio. Instead of leading, I'm not going to get too much into detail now with the Solopreneur vlogs and the portfolio, like what's going on with the portfolio. So I don't know when I'm going to be making more vlog style videos based on my portfolio, because it's kind of weird, because I'm like learning a bunch of stuff specifically for what I'm doing. So yeah, but we'll circle back around that when it gets uploaded to the channel. But right now, the new strategy, instead of leading with the website like I was doing before, the thing that I'm doing now is leading with the branding and then the website. So that's what I'm going to do. That will allow me to be able to have something to show job interviews and also to show future clients. So yeah, that's a new strategy for the portfolio. And since I'm learning so much at once and trying to hurry, but pacing myself, I'm not going to be able to vlog it as quickly as I'd like to. So there's that. And then with the job, I'm still working towards it, but I feel kind of conflicted, because that's not my ultimate goal. But it's like, do I hit the ground running with my dreams of music content creation and being an entrepreneur, or do I go for a more traditional career and try to handle everything there, or build myself up to a point where I can do those things then? It's like really weird, especially because I was really excited to get in my field and get a, like, just not even anything like super fancy salary, just a good salary. So, because me and my boyfriend has talked about our wedding, getting married and everything like that. So it's like, okay, so I'm going to be needing to save for a wedding. We're going to have to save, but the job is pending. So you know, trying not to freak out because I graduated in August and it is June. Okay, I really did not want to be 1 year post grad without a job in my field, but I don't know. I am going to talk more about this. I am going to talk more about this in the future, but it feels kind of weird and awkward talking about it now because I kind of hate talking about it. I feel all types of emotions talking about it, but yeah, I just wanted to let anyone know that anyone out there that needed to hear it, anyone out there that has went through it, you know, you're not alone. I felt pretty alone, but I see that it's affecting a lot of people everywhere. I don't know what the heck is going on in this economy right now, but yeah, it was really nice to release this and everything. I didn't want to just post back like normal because I feel like this is a very important part of my life. This is basically navigating your 20s. And yeah, but I'm back on track, baby. My cousin just graduated law school, so I went to Boston to visit, and she paid for everything. Okay, big law grad, everything. She paid for everything. My mom was there, our family. It was my first family trip, so it was super exciting, you know, being from Florida and then going to Boston. Like, okay, girl, I see you, law grad. And it was super fun. I was not like vlogging or in a YouTube mindset, so I didn't vlog anything. And they don't even know that I be, you know, that I be, you know, doing my thing on YouTube, you know. Yet they don't know yet, but yeah. And that was like a 3-day trip, and then after that, because of my schedule change, that granted me, that was 3.5-day trip, and then because of my schedule change, that gave me another 3.5 days. So I basically had 7 days off, a week off from work, a week off from everything, being in Boston in a nice fancy hotel. It helped really because I don't like traveling, so it helped. But I understand why people like to travel and take vacations because it just took a lot of things. I'm like just having anxiety. You're just like anxious like all the time about the most random things. So it just felt amazing to just forget about that. It did really reset, and then coming back home to then, you know, ground myself again, coming back to my honey and my puppy. And yeah, like that was like just really like really good to get off the steam. And I really started thinking and looking at everything, talking to my family, being around my family, and being more open with my friends because I'm usually a closed book about what's going on. And I did feel less bad and more clarity. So yeah, I'm back in this. We back, we doing it. But yes, back to being serious. Yeah, so I'm back doing my thing. I'm trying to be more productive. It's mid-year check-in, okay? It's time to lock in, okay? We're 6 months in. It's time to lock in for the next 6 months to like really like, you know, really do what we need to do, you know? So yeah, hope you enjoy the next part of the video because I'm going to be doing whatever, showing y'all I'm on track with the vibes and everything, setting the vibes. So peace, love, and stay lit. Peace, love, and stay lit. I've been away for like probably like 2 months or a month or something, and I already forgot my outro. Peace, love, and stay lit. You know what we doing. You know what we doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.